Because it's complicated.
It is complicated. I mean, I signed up for it and I'm like, oh my God.
You took the first thing?
I started to do the tutorial and I'm going,
Yeah.
oh my God. Well,
Because-
and my wake time is 6 o'clock in the morning. So that's my coffee in my 1 hour. So it's like, I'm gonna do double strength here.
All right, let me get myself on.
I gave you guys, the tops of town.
Oh, I need to find a link.
You rearranged the announcements in the last sheet. I noticed that from what I printed first.
Probably. I came back to, a lot.
Well, because I have to go through them all and figure out which letter. It's hard. I have to go find the date and then go through it and see if it's there and reread it.
Max Anders, and I picked out a bunch and said, you know, and then I left a few out, like I was doing 10 things at once, and she was like, I need this. I'm like, okay, yeah, it was a lot.
You're gonna probably have to let me in.
And then I also wrote on the new, I didn't write make a motion for the extension. Because, you know, you already have it, but you'll see. So I only have,
What I want you to do, okay.
here, I wrote in the one.
Oh.
When did you
Motion.
absolute insanity and volunteer
That's the conditions we put on law. It has to be done in certain conditions.
And I need to get involved in something since I've been here almost 18 years. And the planning.
I want you to
Just
know.
sign for the forester,
The planning
because
board and one other.
We should usually give at least 6 years.
You're here.
Less
You
than
know,
time.
diversity.
Just remember, the next one, we do that, and the next one that we do, we have to do.
I've been
Implement.
involved a long time.
Right.
Clean up.
I heard.
Have a
You
forest.
heard. Oh, I see, okay.
You can, I started recording, so you can.
You guys good? You
Yeah.
online?
Yep.
Okay, it is 6 o'clock by the official town clock. So I'd like to call to order the regular hybrid meeting of the Woodstock Planning Board for November 2nd, 2023. Do you have any updates?
I do not.
Okay, so we have the minutes I'll accept a motion to approve the minutes for September 21st, if everybody's okay.
So moved.
All in favor?
Hi,
Okay. We have emails from Ken Panza regarding the Woodstock National electrical requirements. We have an email from Ken Panza regarding level E2 chargers at STRs. You know what that all means? It's the electric car chargers.
Yeah.
That,
Did you send us those two?
a short
At
term-
STR.
I didn't notice those two.
What's
No,
the difference?
it's just the electric car.
Car chargers, yeah. And we have an email from Ken Panza regarding the CEA working communications and announcements. We have a letter and documents from A. McNally regarding McGee and McGat, which we will get later into. We have an email from Mr. Marino regarding zoning subdivision draft laws for the town board. We have a letter from B&A Albright regarding Woodstock National LLC. We have the Housing Committee policy recommendations from the Woodstock Housing Committee. We have a letter from P. Jackson regarding the zoning changes. We have the Sopas Creek News, the fall edition 2023. We have an email from Ken Panza regarding Woodstock National LLC. We have 3 more other emails from Ken Panza regarding the wellhead and water protection overlay. And another email from Ken Panza regarding the fill and grading law. We have a drinking water resources map that Judy and Ken have done. And then we have the talk of towns topics and another email from Ken Panza regarding the Woodstock National. An email from the Housing Committee, questions and answer sessions on the updated zoning code. And then that was at 1 to 3 community center. And then we have a letter from Mr. Hoffman regarding the 18 Maple Lane. I'd just like to give a thanks from the planning board and from the WEC to Ken Panza for following up on a couple of these things. One was the Woodstock, was the Xena Woods critical environmental area, which thanks to him got finalized. And now the work that Judy and his group have done with the wellhead protection overlay district and finally getting the maps where they should be, so.
And we sent him a thank you card
For the original one,
Seriously.
yeah.
for original again, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes he feels like a nudge, but he's catching things that need to be caught.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
His letters are very detailed.
Melissa is online. so-
Okay, so tonight we have 2 public hearings and then a couple of sketch plan reviews. So the first public hearing is 18 Streetle Road LLC, Planning Board Case 23-1043A. It's a public hearing for a subdivision application for a lot line revision of 2 parcels resulting in 2 new lots or in new lots of 58.8 acres and 5.03 acres by transferring 2.1 acres in the R3 zoning district located at 18 Streetle Road and Route 212. So Melissa Eppert is
She's online.
online.
Melissa, can you unmute yourself in case we need to hear you?
Hi, everyone.
Thanks, Melissa. No, open the public hearing.
Yes, okay, so I'd like to make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
And that's the property, correct?
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
So, Melissa, if you want to tell the board what it is you would like to do?
So if you look at the bottom right, this sort of odd shape here is the current little less than 3 acre lot. And we just want to expand that to make it a 5 acre parcel. Same owners that owns both, that whole
So
piece of
this
land
little guy
there.
right here?
That's right. There aren't any immediate plans to build there, but they're thinking long-term down the road. If there were to be a sale, I think the owners would like to maybe retain this piece of land if they were to sell the rest. But again, there's no immediate plans to do that. Just would like to have this option to someday perhaps put a little one-family home on that 5 acre parcel.
I just turned on water course and wetland buffers. And you did go across something with your driveway, it looks like, but that's the only thing. That purple
Yeah.
buffer.
That's right. There would need to be like a little bridge over that.
That's probably an intermittent stream
Mhm.
from the color of it. I can look.
The yellow outline is the current configuration or the proposed?
So that's current.
The
That's
current.
Judy's mapping. So it's right.
Yeah,
now.
I don't do anything with proposed unless we know that it's actually happening. After it shows up in the county,
Wanna
when
see a
I
map?
deal with it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the whole school.
You guys had to waive this initially, and then when they added 2 acres. Decided to do a public hearing.
That was all the selling.
Well, that's not intermittent, that's but it's a small stream.
It's all Albert's own property, right?
Yeah, no, goes to property, yep.
That's the one behind the Bearsville garage?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I have a schematic here if you want to see the piece that's being added on. If it's helpful, I can hold it up.
I pulled the map. They have it on.
You have it.
Right,
Okay.
right, the garage is right there, right.
So what's current?
It's little at the bottom, yeah.
Well, they came before us before to add a little more. Now they're coming at a little more.
We didn't complete the zoning process when we
We approved the resolution and they didn't file, and then when they talked about it, they wanted to make it a real actual buildable lot, yes. So this is an amended resolution, yes.
Okay.
What I show is what the county has at the time that I downloaded, which would have been September.
Are there any members of the public to this case? Any calls or?
I got a few calls, but no letters. I had people come in and look at the file, but nothing for us to go with.
Neighbors,
Yep, and
neighbors,
nobody's here. Is there anyone online regarding the 18 Streeble LLC public hearing?
I'll stop share so people can be visible.
I said James.
James,
Anyone online here for this Streeble that would like to speak?
It's James.
Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, there we go.
All right, board members have questions for the applicant? I'd like to make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so I'd like to make a motion to approve the application.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Melissa, thank you. There'll be a resolution. I'll email you probably Monday.
All right, thank you, everybody.
All
Have
right,
a good
take care. I'll
meeting.
talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Okay, our next public hearing is Michael L. Stock Jr. and Colette M. Stock, planning board case 23-1080H. This is a public hearing for a subdivision application of a 27.28 acre lot into two parcels of 24.28 and 3 acres in the R3 zoning district located at 3537 Valley View Way in Lake Hill. And Kenneth is your father, so I'd like to make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Ken, you want to tell the board and the
Yes,
public what it is you want to do?
Just like the last time.
Just like
Give our son a piece of property and his fiance to build a home and
And he was
have
approved.
children and
Yes,
that's it.
What?
Remember, I think last time I said I wasn't worried about making coffee or serving breakfast to anybody. Pretty much that's it. Straightforward.
You guys want to see a map of it? I'm familiar with it myself because I know the site very well.
What are you cutting off? I'm trying to get that photo. There we go. There is is there a little piece there?
I got 0 comments on this one. You must, people must like you. I'm just kidding.
Larry, you have anything to say? I like him.
Are there 2 lots there of record? That you own both of them? There's a line up here. From it.
Anybody in the
So
audience for this
That's
case?
you, right? That's you, and you're putting it what, here?
Didn't hear a word.
Ish?
Yes,
Kind of where
yes,
my
on the
hand.
edge of the green trees, to the top side of it, kind of, right there, yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Sure.
Planning board members, questions?
Peter did a site visit, went out and
Yeah.
checked it out.
Yeah, everything's good. No wetlands, all gravel.
Mhm.
It's a gravel pit.
Yeah, it was, all reclaimed now.
All right,
Yeah,
well, if
I
that being
see.
the case,
All that gray area there, that's where the gravel pit was.
like to make a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so I'd like to make a motion to approve the application as is.
Second.
All in favor?
So moved.
Aye.
Whatever.
Oh, boy, look at all that
It's my
gravel.
turn.
We didn't take you too much time, did we?
Actually, you're home for dinner
I will
right
email you guys the resolution.
now.
and
All right, very good. You got your copy of this, you don't need this
I made a
anymore?
copy, so that's yours. Keep that. You might need it for building.
So we didn't have anybody commenting from anywhere.
No, and I got no calls on him either. I'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, everyone.
Tell me that to check your
Take it
email.
easy.
I'll send the resolution.
Okay, take care. Good to see you. Nice to meet you. You got it.
Okay. Sketch plan review. The Hamlin Family Revocable Trust, Planning Board Case 23-1126A. This is a sketch plan review of a subdivision application to subdivide a lot of 30.02 acres into 3 lots of 5.8, 11.0, and 13.1 acres in the R3 and R5 zoning districts located on the Xena Road in Woodstock. And Barry is the rep. So Barry, you want to tell the board what you have in mind?
Simon and the other owners own this 30-acre lot. They actually own two others adjacent, and they're looking to subdivide it in order to build 3 homes. And we went through and pretty carefully looked for home locations, relative, obviously, there's a delineated wetland on there.
Certainly is.
Yeah. So, we had it delineated, we've had it surveyed, we have a buffer, figured in. There's an existing drive that basically bisects the property. So, we basically just worked our way through to site the houses with as little disruption to the natural features as possible. Walked the land with an arborist to look at what kind of trees we had there, so we could keep, there's some healthy hemlocks in there, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Healthy hemlock?
There's some
Wow.
healthy hemlocks in there, yeah.
That's unusual.
It is unusual. Yeah, I was with Vern Rist, he couldn't believe it. We
Yeah.
saw, remember when we walked it that day? We were
Yeah,
blown
Vern-
away by it.
Burn safe, my hemlock.
No, your driveway actually goes through
Really?
the wetland
It's
buffer,
amazing.
but that's existing, isn't it?
That's
It's
existing,
existing,
that's
yeah.
right, yeah.
So Barry, on the wetland, I was looking at your map. Does that have the 100-foot buffer on
I
it?
added it.
Oh,
I
okay.
realized I didn't get it on the
Okay.
plan. This is a mini version,
I
but
don't
that.
know what's going on up
in
there. Oh, it's
red
the
is
chat.
buffer.
Okay.
I got it,
Okay.
taking care of it, thank you.
And the other thing that, when we file this for the county, needs to have the delineator's name and date of the delineation on the map.
Okay.
It might be, I didn't.
No, it isn't.
But when
Mike
we
did it, right?
file the map for the county,
I think so, yeah.
I think you were the Mike, yeah.
it has to be on the county.
I think you were too, Mike.
I did not look at the layout. I should have, but I didn't. So where are the lots going? 3 lots, right?
Yeah,
So there's gonna be property lines in the marsh, I suppose. That would be a lot different.
the property lines are, the houses are really to the east, as far away from the wetland as we can be.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, and you got a driveway already in there, so.
Yeah,
You're gonna use the existing drive?
yeah, so that'll be shared, and then there'll be pretty short driveways to the house sites coming off of that.
Okay.
So how much of the original property is left after these 3 subdivide, or is it all?
That's the whole
sub-
30
It's the whole
acres.
thing, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's under an acre of disturbance when you work in the driveways and septics and everything else for the 3 houses, so we kept it pretty tight
So, Board of Health approvals
in process.
in process and, curb cut.
Curb cut, haven't done yet, but figured, do you need that for this?
Well,
It's good to get the ball rolling.
We
I
can
mean,
do it.
I happen to know it's good light sign, sight line on either side of
I
it,
need
but,
it, yeah, but I can get it going.
it's good to just have the highway guy come out.
Okay,
And
We can
then,
do that.
yeah, just shoot me a copy of whatever they give you or fill in, and
okay,
it's usually in the resolution, and I can check it off.
okay.
So the road has to be a 16-foot bed now, right, with 3 lots, is that what you have, 16-foot? I think 3 lots requires a 16-foot road bed, I believe.
Yeah, I'll confirm that.
I don't know where I put them.
The lots?
No, the documents.
The lots?
There's a lot.
Wait, see, I still have them in my download. That's the problem. I wanted to look
There,
at
you
your
can come
map.
to my office anytime.
And the other thing we gotta do, Barry, is do a site visit,
Yeah.
so we don't have all our members present,
You can let me know.
but we'll get 2 volunteers to come
Okay.
out.
Yeah, we can meet.
So the only thing is, can you guys put a stake where the houses are
I
proposed?
think they are already, but we'll
Oh.
confirm.
Okay, yeah, just so they know what they're looking at.
And everything was surveyed, we staked the house site, but we could be there to confirm all that too.
All right, well, we'll arrange the site visit.
Yep,
Okay.
Board members, questions for Barry on this?
No, I'm looking at the map and it looks like as sensible a way of doing it as any.
We're trying.
This is what you're laying out, right?
Barry, do you wanna come
So
along?
this
for
is
the
one.
site visit?
I'd like to, yeah.
That's one,
Simon too, if we can.
and this
Yeah.
one's got most of the wetlands on
I'll
it, but
make
the
sure
house is
to
gonna be up
include
here.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, he did put the 100-foot buffer on, so it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
showing up there, but.
and you know, my map, I never claim my map is perfectly accurate.
That shows the buffer on it. If you can see
Yeah.
the pink.
Yeah.
James
No,
is
it looks
somewhere
like the only
else.
way you can do it. I mean, you've got a driveway that's already there, so there's no
Yeah.
point in disturbing anything else,
No, exactly.
even though we would probably not like it these days.
See that one second, only
Yes.
because I'm new and I just want to familiarize myself with what I'm looking at.
I'll put my thing back up so you can see what the photograph
And
looks
where's the
like.
road
If the
going,
buffer,
the
do you have
driveway
a
going?
copy for me?
I'm just trying to understand.
Judy, see, that's the way it looks to my map,
Uh-huh.
which is pretty similar. I mean, I never know whether the wetlands are exactly in the right
We-
place.
we had
That's
a
why
wet-
you have a delineator.
We had a wetland specialist come down and.
I started with the parcel viewer and then we had it delineated with surveyed spots.
The delineated wetlands are here.
These are the wetlands here, yeah.
It looks like as good a way as you can do it.
This is the pink, this is the buffer.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
confusing map.
The driveway goes right out
Confusing
down
map.
that flagpole.
It's confusing. It's a lot of information you gotta.
I know.
Would you rather see 3 different sheets?
No, no. It's okay.
I liked your map.
Thank you.
Okay.
No, it's very clear. I like it too.
Thank you.
Sure.
So I will probably email next week and try to set up what time we can get a few people out and.
Yeah, I don't get a whole lot of notice. That's fine.
All right,
Simon, it was nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
That's interesting.
Fire department never gave out nice
We'll
jackets in
do
my
site
day.
visit.
Okay.
We'll
Thank
see
you
what
all.
we can do. We'll see what we can do. Thank you.
Long time.
Take care.
ago. I was on the fire. 50 years.
okay. Our next case, sketch plan review is for Robert Furl, and the special use SUP number is 23-0470A. And this is a sketch plan review of a special use permit application to install a ground-mounted solar array located in the R5 and scenic overlay zoning districts located at 59 Silver Hollow Road in Willow. And the rep is Richard.
Good evening.
And why don't you tell us what you're planning?
You coming in off Silver Hollow? Chris?
So it's on Silver Hollow, it's 59, so it's near the bottom. You don't really go far up the hill, like, on Silver Hollow. Kind of come in and wiggles a little bit and it's.
I'm
just on
very
the left
familiar with the
towards-
parcel,
towards-
yes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right, so.
That's already at 1,200 feet?
Well, the septic
It's
plan.
about
that he pulled in-
1,200 feet, but it's right on the edge if you look up.
Wow, I wouldn't think it was at 1,200 already. Okay.
Yeah, I know, because it's the bottom of the mountain, but it's right there. So I think you all might be familiar with the septic renovation that just happened there. They
Yes.
put in a whole new septic system. So the array is going just on the north side of the septic field that was put in, marked with yellow. I do have multiple copies of this.
Now, I was curious about one thing.
Sure.
When I looked at the name Pearl, there are 2 lots. This is the lower one or the upper one?
On
They
this-
had just recently done that subdivision.
Yeah,
So this is right by the house. It's kind of between where the pool house is.
up here.
So you can see the
Okay,
pool is the red
so it's in
square.
this upper area.
Can you see the house at all?
Well, if I turn off some things, you might be able to. I mean, first of all, we've got this, where did I put it? Scenic overlay, there we go, that's turned on.
This is a ground-mounted system, right? So poles.
Yep, it'll be helical piles driven into the machine, so no mix of
Right.
concrete or very little ground disturbance.
So we do a lot
Turn
of
off
these.
The wetlands.
And,
so you can see it.
The policy in this town is to permit solar systems.
Right, correct.
So I'm not sure why.
Here, and it's kind of like,
What?
this is
We
all.
have to go through all this.
the septic
Wait,
being
wait.
installed.
But
It's kind of
Yeah,
right
that's what
here.
we intend to
Yeah.
do.
So you're kind of right up at the
How-
top of the.
Well, we can waive it.
But you can wait,
Well,
just
whether
wait
you're
and
in
you
it or
can
not
approve the
depends on-
resolution next time. That's what we've been doing.
I have a question.
Any-
So we're on the north side of the septic,
I have a friend
which
who
was,
literally, a
Just
solar
make
system
so
was
we're
approved
further away
for the
from
guy
the
who was
wetlands
next door.
where
to
the
her.
septic is at least.
This goes back a number of years. And it literally obliterated the entire structure of her land. So how is this solar system? Is there a next door neighbor?
He has a pretty large parcel. You can see here, it's, very far away from any of the adjoining lots. Or the
And does it,
adjacent lots.
in any way, does it obstruct his view of anything?
Not from his house. If you were standing on where you put a septic system, you'd see the array there, but from his pool, it's not really very visible, from the house.
But not very visible, not really very visible from the house, so he knows that this is going up?
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's the one that contracted with us to build it.
Oh, no, 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 I'm talking about any other neighbors.
Oh, no, you can't see any neighboring houses at all from his property.
Alright.
I'm
That's
gonna
an
turn on
E.
the contour line so we can see.
Yeah.
what the
It's
slope is like.
an interesting point that these things sprout up like mushrooms all over the place, but the town has had the policy that solar systems are good for the environment, and therefore we
But
go.
your point is very well taken. It should not obstruct another parcel.
Oh, yeah, no, you can't see it from any
Yeah,
of
this
the.
one did,
Pretty
this
low to
one
the
did
ground.
obstruct somebody else's
Well, so not
parcel, I mean
this-
significantly, she sold the
Oh,
house.
yeah.
Yeah, from this parcel, it's a very large parcel. It's about 80 acres, and he has a very long driveway that's
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least a mile long, I would think.
Mhm.
And it's
This is-
surrounded by forest. It's very screened from any of the.
The guy that owned this before
I only know it's Pearl.
was a book publisher in New York, he and his wife. She survived him, but I mean, literally till she was almost 100 before that thing she passed. But it's a magnificent, huge parcel.
It's a beautiful property.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're right, you wouldn't want to see that cause other.
Right, if
But
you-
I think I know where this is on that, although I don't know exactly where that septic system is.
So here's the house. If you look up there, there's the house.
Is it possible to zoom in? any
What-
further?
Okay,
Yeah,
where's Silver
Oh,
Hollow?
there we go. So you can see just south of where your pointer is there, you can see the horse corral right
That,
there. So
yeah.
it's in between the horse corral and the pool. That whole section of trees was removed for the septic system that was just installed. And we are just on the north side of the septic system, just south of the driveway.
And
So
what's
right
below
in
that?
here,
What's
It's-
below
it's-
that? What
it's
is
all
that, a
forest.
pool?
That is a pool, correct?
That's a pool.
So it's between the house and the pool?
Yes, sir. So here you go. Pool's here. The house is all up here. Here's that horse corral. So there's trees kind of screening the pool from the array, and then there's trees all planted along the driveway. So his house is
Oh,
all
yeah.
up here.
Those are the trees you.
It's about 350 feet south of the house.
Look at those gradients.
Yeah. I had it turned on before and then I turned it off. Where's my? Oh, I got so.
So because of the installation of the septic field in there, it's been, pretty disturbed and then regraded after the septic was installed.
Too bad you had to take all those
And-
evergreens out, but
That's why we actually have it in two separate arrays here. So because of the change in elevation, we had the separate piece off to the side because we don't want it to be,
What
18
kind of
feet tall.
KW production are you gonna get out of this?
It's between 25 and 28,000 kilowatt hours per year.
Yeah, okay, per year.
Per year, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You are talking about 90 feet of array.
It's pretty large.
It's huge.
It's just about the largest array you can put on a residential meter.
oh, is that the
Which,
limitation?
it's-
Is the meter?
On a residential service, you can do up to 25 kW AC. This is on the DC side, it's 25.6, but it's, I think, 24.4 kW AC.
Uh-huh.
So the AC rating is what you can actually send back to the grid at any given point. And the cap by the Public Service Commission in New York is 25 kW. So this is 24.4 AC.
Wow.
And it still won't be quite 100% of his usage there, because there are multiple
So it's to the
buildings.
ground and then tipped up.
Correct, yep.
It's as low as you can have it and have the angle be right.
Yep, so it'll be 3 feet to the leading edge of the glass, and then a 30-degree tilt angle will be about 12 feet tall at the highest point. And then because of the grade change there is why we had to make it. a
I think
small
unless
piece.
somebody had land like over to the side, they really couldn't see it at all.
And you can't see any neighboring houses at all. Again, his driveway has got to be at least a mile long, and it's surrounded all by forest, so it's very well screened. I'm sure he'd be, open to a site visit if that was requested.
There's a couple different ways into this property, so how did you talk about the access, which way you're coming in?
Off of Silver Hollow, there's a paved driveway that goes up quite a ways. Again, it's about a mile long at least.
Silver Hollow, and then you've got something called Schoolhouse that goes right onto the property.
So that's the actual road, the Schoolhouse Road. I don't think there's an actual sign that labels it that anymore, but yeah, it's right off of Silver Hollow. There's a gate, as you're going up Silver Hollow on the left. There's a wooden gate and then very long paved driveway that goes out into the woods. Goes around many turns. It's certainly not visible from any other homes whatsoever.
Yeah, that's quite a grade.
I just did a job on the other end of Silver Hollow.
It's
It's still in Woodstock, but you gotta go all through finish and go all the way.
Oh,
down.
right, yeah, at the end of Chichester,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah, that's the other end of Silver Hollow.
I have a project on the end of Big Hollow. It's in the town of Hunter.
Uh-huh.
The very last house on Big Hollow.
Yeah.
And I have a special use permit meeting for that on Monday.
That's a very.
But it's, everything on Mid Hollow is Woodstock, just the very last house is just over the line in town of Hunter. Go figure.
So does it seem, and
Yeah.
from anywhere? since
One of the
it's in
horses
scenic
You're at
overlook?
1,200, I'm sorry, you're at 1,200 feet? You're at the cutoff of the scenic overlay?
That's why they're here.
Not quite,
No, that's why they're here.
that's
These,
why they're.
these gradients aren't labeled with the actual elevation here, but.
But it's like,
but it's-
According to my
it's in there.
information, they're within the scenic overlay. If you
Yes.
look up there,
I know
that
it's
purple gridding.
barely within it, but it is. within it.
Yeah.
that's why they need the SUP.
Right, that's the reason.
Or we have the option to waive further review.
I am in favor of waiving further review. I mean, this, I think.
I'm not.
You're not, okay.
Well, there's two.
Excuse me?
I said, okay, keep talking.
No,
Want
I
to take it to a
am,
public hearing?
well, I am concerned about the visibility on this thing.
Yeah.
This is an enormous array.
It's a fair size.
No,
but,
it's not a fair size, the biggest thing that's ever been put in this town. Do you know of a bigger one in this town?
There's Miller Howard is larger.
Miller Howard's, it's about the same size, isn't it?
Yeah, we built it, but it was before I was with the company.
Yeah,
It's pretty large. It is a larger array, but again, it's very well screened from any neighboring properties. Again, if you wanted to do a site visit, I'm sure Mr. Pearl would be more than open to it.
All right, well, then we're gonna set up a public hearing.
What do you want to do? John, you want to waive or you want to do a public hearing? What do you
I'll
wanna
waive.
do? Okay,
What
And
does
that's
waiving
the-
mean?
No public hearing.
yeah. The town has
Your choice.
supported solar arrays. You can say no, they're saying yes. You.
I don't want to
you have that right.
start trouble, but I really, I'm at the point where, there are a lot of trees, according to Judy, taken down. I think it should go with everything that's going on right now.
Or
with
any trees,
zoning
no
and
trees
everything
have been
else,
taken
I
down
think
for
it
you.
was
Well,
really
For putting in the
behoove us to have
septic
a,
system.
to
Yeah,
have a public hearing.
I was like, for this, for what we're hearing, there's no trees coming down, they're already
Correct.
down.
There will be
Yeah.
no.
But was there a public hearing for that?
That had nothing to do with
Okay.
us.
But this is, I really think that
We
with
can't.
everything that's going on right now in the town, and that I really think that people have the right to go in and to look and see what's going on, especially since this is scenic overlook.
Hey, James!
Would you mind if I showed you on Google Maps?
I can't, I'm just feeling the temperature of the
James,
town
you
right
hear
now.
me?
Okay, the town is,
I see him.
and again, I'm new on this, but I do know the temperature of the town, and the town on something like that, in a scenic overlook
Hey,
district
James.
while we're in the middle of zoning, I think really should have the opportunity to say something.
Hello?
right.
Hi, we have a solar
Hey.
array case and a majority
So
of
this
the
is
board
your-
right
this
now,
house
you
here?
know, typically we do waive. Our new member
the
Jeannie's has
nearest
some
parcels are
concerns, so I just
very,
wanna know
very
what
far
your
away.
vote would be.
And
I
it's-
have 3 to waive
It's
and
very
one not to
heavily
waive.
forested and very, very long driveways.
I think my question is more, any
Again,
effect of this for the scenic overlay? I think the neighbors are, I mean, I know Silver Hollow a bit. I used to live in Lake Hill. So I'm presuming the neighbors are actually okay in terms of the neighbors on the mountain right there. But
So you're.
I just
you're
am wondering, is
telling me
there,
You think we should do a public hearing so the neighbors are notified?
I mean, if somebody's worried about it on the board, I don't think there's a reason why not. I mean, I know it delays everything back to 4 weeks, but I'd be surprised if there were really any neighbors nearby that would have any issue because, you know, from what I can see from the site map, it doesn't really, you know, affect neighbors. And it's an area that's already cleared. So, you know, I don't want to, I guess I think we can do without a public hearing, but if somebody feels strongly, you know, I guess I have to say we should do it.
Well, we have 3, so, I mean.
It's, you know, there's no problem having a public hearing.
Right, that's why, you guys just gotta tell me what you wanna do.
Do it,
Do it, yeah, have a public hearing.
Let's do it.
do it.
I mean, again, you'll have to remember that even if the public comes and has issues, we can listen to them,
Right.
but we don't have to abide by them.
Oh, I understand that, but I just think that right now with
So
the
we'll schedule
temperature
a public
things,
hearing. I'll be in
that
touch.
it should be made public. And you may not have anyone come in.
I mean, Woodstock's generally a very solar friendly town and everyone here is very environmental.
That's why they are
But it's
typically.
in a scenic
You're right.
overlay.
A lot of us have been proponents of solar for many years,
Sure.
and the size of it, though, does concern us.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's right in the center of everything he's going on in his house, you know, like his property, his house is here and his pool is here. It's, if it was gonna be a huge eyesore, then he would be the only person that would really be the one looking at it.
Nobody else.
No, it's an 80-something acre
So when
parcel.
someone comes in for a subdivision next time and wants to subdivide and build some houses right nearby, and that's already sitting there, what happens then?
Well, they already know it's there, so they're buying in and knowing it's right next door to them.
Yeah, that is a good point. I'm trying to find out what the elevations of the surrounding mountains are. I mean, I suppose if somebody's looking off this way or, you know, from the top, they could see it, but the reflection is gonna be going out toward the valley.
2 years
I
ago,
mean, I just think.
For the septic.
But the reflection's gonna be going
No.
off,
for
Towards the valley.
subdivision.
because the valley
I
is
don't know,
south.
Was it you? Did you go
No.
up to Pearl?
Well, you know,
Wasn't that still a reflection?
But we were up there recently, is my point. There was a site visit when we did the subdivision.
Yeah. It was for a barn, I think,
I don't know.
whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
Oh, is that the place?
No,
we
one
went to?
direction, but there's another direction that you still.
There are larger arrays around too that I can think of as well.
Melissa?
Like
Yeah.
Sunflower, for example, that's about 30 kW. On Ohio
Is
Mountain
this
Road.
the place we went to that barn visit?
Because there's
No,
multiple
no, this
residential
is just a
services.
subdivision.
There are other large arrays around town.
Thank you for checking and thank you for listening.
And again, it really is the center of his property that's, you know, right in the middle of, between his pool and his house and his horse corral. It's, you know, if anyone's gonna see it, it's gonna be him.
I know on Fish Creek Road, you guys ever known of the spiral house, the big stone spiral house?
They have a very large array there.
That array
Mhm.
is bigger than this property.
Yeah.
I had
It's
it
like a
surveyed.
square on
It's
top
huge.
of an acre and there's like multiple rows.
It is huge.
He's an artist of some
Yeah,
kind and
yeah.
uses lots of.
It's all stonework everywhere, the whole place is
Right,
stonework.
right.
Anyway,
Okay.
There we go.
Schedule a
Okay.
public hearing. I just gotta figure a schedule, I'll email you, we'll figure it out, okay?
Would that be set for the end of of this month, I guess, or?
Absolutely not. Maybe December, we have some move going on and I have no idea when, and I would
Figure
have
out
to.
a spring build.
I would have to, tell the newspaper where we're gonna have it, and I don't know right now.
Right.
But I will be in touch and we'll schedule it as soon as I can.
Very well. Would you like me to leave any of these materials up printed out?
If, I would love them.
I got 4 copies of the site plan, I printed another copy of everything in
Perfect.
here, so I can leave you this entire folder.
That sounds.
So we're gonna have a public hearing is the bottom line.
Yes.
Yes.
There may come a time when I'll have the skills to do a view shed study, but I don't have it yet.
Thank you.
Very
All right.
well. Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
In fact, that's on my
Okay.
agenda, to learn how to do a view shed study with this tool.
Our next case is a request for an
No,
extension.
no,
And this
it's
is
fine.
Woodsy Mac LLC's SUP number 22-0277A.
I do.
It's a request for an extension for a timber harvest in the R3 zoning district located at 70 Eastern Lane and Blues Quarry in Woodstock.
Quick question.
Now,
What number extension is this?
no, this is only the
It's
first,
brand new.
but here's the
First one.
deal, straight up. When we issue logging permits, when we issue timber harvest permits, the main condition is that it has to be done with the ground conditions such that it
Correct.
can't put ruts.
Right.
And these,
Right, and
and
it's
it
on-
hasn't
Too
been,
warm last
it's
winter,
been a
wasn't
year that they can't work.
Too warm and too wet.
Yeah, so it's a logical thing to go for an extension. It's
Okay,
not,
got it,
it's the weather's fault, not theirs.
got it. Okay.
So how long of
Let's
extension
hope
do we
that you'll
give
get
them?
some
I
cold
did
weather.
spring 2024, unless you guys want to do
Give
something
me a
else.
year.
That is,
Give them a year.
spring would be cleanup. You have the winter to do it and then clean up, because then they can get the bond back. So I did through spring of 2024. We're
Okay.
already there.
I give them 2 years.
Listen to this, Peter wants 2 years.
Yeah, because the weather,
I mean,
if they get it done, they're done. If they
DEC
don't,
requires him to do this, right? The DEC requires him
All
to
right,
do
do you
this
agree
as part of
spring though,
maintaining
because
it.
then they can clean up, right, to get everything out? So
Right.
spring of 2025, I'll rewrite that, perfect. Okay, there was the motion, who seconds it?
I'll second.
And everybody?
all in favor?
Aye.
Mr. McCormick and Mr. Del Vescovo, thank you.
Okay. Our next case is an interesting one. We've never actually had this happen before.
I had to
But
go
it's a
through.
case that we kept the public hearing open to the call of the chair. And the reason was that we didn't understand what applying for a mixed use is, because we don't have mixed use in our code. So we sent it back to the building inspector, and he went over the codes, and I don't know if you all read the letter he wrote.
I did.
He went through the codes, and he said, what they're asking for doesn't meet any of the codes. Can't be a hotel because of all the restrictions. So what we are doing right now is we're going to make a motion to open the recess public hearing.
I move we open the recess public hearing.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now we're gonna make a motion to close the public hearing.
I move we
So
close
is
the
there any
public hearing.
determinations?
Yeah,
It's, the application has been rescinded from the planning board.
Because the building department says they can't do what they want to do,
Right.
period.
I
so
will send a letter. Their
it's
letter went
rescinded
out
by the
certified
building
today,
department.
yes. And I will send a letter that we opened and closed and it's
So what's the status of his application?
null and void.
One would,
He can't do it,
No
and
noise?
he's been in violation for 10 years.
He's
And
gonna
we-
get 30 lashes with a wet noodle? Or what?
Us doing this is just
Not our job.
legality. If we leave a public hearing open, we run into the 62-day close.
No, I understand that.
Okay, that's.
I'm almost done. Come on.
So wait, this is the spa
yeah.
and selling and the pool that went in and
Mhm,
all of that stuff.
Mhm.
mhm. Running a retail shop.
They've been operating
That should
illegally for all
never
these years, and now they wanna get,
That's my personal.
they wanna get, and they came before us,
Yeah.
and they didn't know what they wanted, a spa, B and B, whatever. you know.
No, they want to do what they've been doing, and there's no legal way to do what they've been doing where they are.
So
So, do we, have we
Thank you.
closed the public hearing? We have to get a vote on that.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
I suppose he could go to ZBA and try to get it there.
Yes, he can file an appeal,
Yeah.
which is whatever it was, yes.
you know,
Determination.
but does that mean he can't stay open or he has to close?
he's,
Me either.
Cease and desist.
yeah,
cease.
it's,
He can't go any
He
further.
can, right, he can only do what he's doing now, which is apartments. It's multi-dwelling.
But he's already doing other things.
right.
He's what?
Which
He's
is why
already
the
doing other
neighbors are so
things.
angry.
Yes, it hasn't been an apartment.
But it's out of our hands.
It's out of our hands, not our problem.
Say that again.
I mean, one of which his points was that it can't be a hotel because parking needs 100-foot setback.
Yep.
But the truth is, we just did Waterfall Way with 27 variances for parking. 'Cause
But they got the variances.
and no other hotel in town could meet that criteria, 100-foot setback for parking. Right.
Beautiful.
What was that, James?
Oh, sorry. I was talking to somebody else who just walked out. Sorry.
You're in beautiful sunny weather. I'm kind of jealous.
Where are you?
I am, I'm afraid. I'm on the Gulf of Mexico.
Man, envy.
Wow.
It's the only warm place in the country right now.
We had some rifle. We
Seriously.
had one night when they said.
Okay, some more unfinished business.
You know, they were all over the world because they do it on the internet.
We have to make a motion to return unused escrow in the amount of $958.38 to Howenstein, SUP-23-0673.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now we have to make a motion regarding the draft resolution for 18 Strebel Road, which we just had in front of us. So,
And stock.
and I'm sorry, Strebel and Stock together. All in favor?
So moved.
Okay.
Aye.
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 And then we had the site visit update for Marar, which Judy and Graydon.
Okay, I can report on that. We did that yesterday. Guess it was yesterday. Anyway, we did that. It looks like most of what he's asking permission to do has already happened a long time ago. The area by the pond is grass, and it has been for a while. The area behind the trees is grass and it's been there for a while. There is construction debris that he would like to take out. He's trying to sell the property. It's gorgeous. I wish I could buy a place like that. But it looks like most of what he asked permission to do is just trying to make kosher something that's already happened by the previous owner.
So the question is that the disruption that they did is all in the wetland buffer.
Yep,
And
and it's
to
long.
replant it, I reached out to the DEC and asked them, what would you plant in a wetland buffer? And what the DEC said is, you want to get natural plants, natural wetland buffer plants in there, not make it a lawn.
It's a lawn.
So,
And the pond was probably illegal.
Oh, sure, it was.
Dug before we had the, I mean, it
Sure.
would be illegal now. It was probably not.
well, it was a
illegal.
wetland, so they dug it out years ago. That's standard.
And the driveway is right along the side of the pond. And the repairs to the driveway that were in the application, those are clearly done because the driveway is smooth, level, beautiful, easy, no potholes. It's all done.
So you would say you're good with just letting them
Unless
make
we're
it a
gonna,
lawn?
unless we're gonna force them to pull out the lawn and plant.
It is now a lawn. It's,
It is absolutely a lawn.
oh, okay. I imagined it was all dirt, right?
No, it's a lawn. There is an area with construction debris. Apparently that has not been done yet. He would like to do
There
that.
was those blocks from before.
And that's, why not? Of course you should want to do that. But I think it's kind of back in the brush. So that it probably will fill in with whatever is growing in the area without anybody planting anything.
All right,
I mean, I didn't see the construction debris. I stayed in the car. There is a line of trees and Graydon said there's more disturbed wetland behind that, but I don't know what that would be because I don't know that there's any water running back there.
well, we have to bring them back then, right?
Has Graydon been all over the property?
Do we want to
Braden
bring them
walked all
back
over it,
just
yeah.
for another
I
site
can't,
visit to
but we
discuss
can.
it, or do we want a public hearing? What do you want to do?
If Judy says it's
I
good
wanna-
the way it is.
I want to
there's no sense in ripping it up
find
again.
the property because I can kind of show you.
Yeah, otherwise you're gonna rip it up again.
It's gonna disturb what's already there, right?
Right.
Yeah, if I show you this,
So
if I show you
resolution is
this,
kind of as is, and they can go within the buffer to clean it up the rest of the way?
Right,
if I show you the,
because ripping it up again
It's
is.
gonna.
It doesn't make sense.
It's disturbance.
I mean, if you look at the, if you look at the photograph,
And I'll just,
yeah, can
what they
you,
said, yes, and yes, in the buffers. clean it up.
Melissa, can you move the square out of the way, because that's exactly where it needs to not be. Okay.
Sure.
This area here is lawn. Plain and simple. This is a little island with a tree on it. There's a fountain in the middle that sprays up water. This is a very nice driveway. It's really in good condition. I think the construction debris is somewhere over in here. And Graydon said something about there being some something back there, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, literally, they're here because they have to enter the buffer to clean this up.
Right.
Like, it's done, it's been done, but they have to enter the buffer to clean this up. And that's what it's.
When I looked at that, I thought it was dirt, that's why I was.
No, it's not dirt now. It's a
So
very
it's really
nice,
good.
well-established sod. All of this, I mean,
So we're gonna
I
have
don't
a
know when
public
this
hearing, and I
photograph was taken in
have enough
21.
information to write your draft resolution. Perfect.
I mean,
Okay.
this was photograph was taken in 2021. So that's the last time they flew over.
So my question is, I had circulated 2024 calendar. Our meeting falls on Halloween. I personally don't want to be in town on Halloween here in a meeting, but if you guys want to have a meeting on Halloween next year.
Yeah,
I
Oh,
can-
next
I
year.
won't be here. I'll be seeing Bruce Springsteen in Montreal.
Well, that's
Ah.
pretty spectacular.
I know that.
Okay,
They've
year from
responded.
Yeah, because I'm doing the 2024 calendar.
Yeah, I don't think I wanna try to drive in and out of town.
Woodstock, that
When
was
they
my.
close
We
the
would run
street,
right
oh, I
into-
guess
All right,
it's-
I'm canceling the Halloween meeting.
We're running right, we'd be running right into the parade.
We'll make the calendar official that I'm canceling Halloween. We'll have one meeting in October. Or two, well, two, because it's.
Well,
a
too, yeah,
workshop.
that's a fair meeting.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Okay. Motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Thanks, James, for visiting us, and I appreciate your time.
good night, everybody. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. I really feel bad that I almost.
Yeah,
messed up.
yeah, you do, right.
Yeah,
Like
right.
when I was in Spain.
Okay, Jim.
I'm chained
Have
I'm
fun.
chained to Woodstock for the rest of 2024. I promise, 2023. I promise you.
Thanks for signing on. Enjoy your trip.
Goodbye, everybody.